guys. So I guess let's talk about it as I'm the only guy in here. So yeah, guys, big up to all of you guys. I'm doing this video while I'm streaming the Sao Paulo game, but once this video is done, we'll know the full-time result. I'm recording this as of halftime, and you'll know the full-time results by then, especially this video will be uploaded. So I'm streaming. So you know what to do, guys. Smash up the like, subscribe for anything. But yeah, it's the same channel. I'm thirsty, man. Iced coffee because why not? It's pretty hot outside. So real quick, before you check the Brazilian League table, these are the possession. Bolívar had the best shot. Sao Paulo's been clinical, one chance, 1-0, and that's it, man. And yeah, man. These are the Sul-Americana results as of right now. Boca won 3-1. We get the Brazilian derby. Atlético Mineiro. Fogo Santos plays Thursday. We got some big games this Thursday. But yeah, man. We got Bragantino versus Atlético Mineiro. Who would have thought about this match happening, man? Because they just played each other a couple months ago. They were supposed to play. No, they were supposed to play this July 28th, and it got postponed. I think it's due to I forgot what incident happened. But unfortunately, I hate to say it, guys, but it's unlikely I will be here because I'm likely going to eat, so I might be forced to skip the game. We might come back next week. Oh, shoot, it's also at the same time next Wednesday. I don't even know if I could do this. I want to do this, but damn it. I'm going to have to figure that out. But anyways, yeah, guys, like I said, subscribe to this channel for more Brazilian content about the Brazilian Serie A, the leagues, the clubs, the Brazilian national team. And yeah, I'm a small channel. I'm not sponsored from anyone. Let's just connect for now, man. Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about Brazilian Serie A, man. Let's talk about. So we're gonna talk about day 22, man. Day 22 of the Brazilian Championship, Brazilian Serie A, and these are the results. We got Grêmio 2, Sao Paulo 1. Sao Paulo took the lead, and then Grêmio came back, won the game. Remo Atlético Mineiro was a 2-2 draw. Coritiba wins 2-1 against Chapecoense. And the C Derby coming back as well. Botafogo Fluminense ends in the draw. Both teams were pretty poor. Botafogo goes bad. Cruzeiro played actually pretty good. And funny, and Cruzeiro actually played really good in this early kickoff. They actually won 3-1. I know, crazy, man. They actually won 3-1. And that's actually a good result. Bahia Vasco was 0-0. These two games ended 0-0. And especially, Palmeiras tied Internacional 0-0. This was a horrific game. And now, what happened last week? This was the reverse fixture. Flamengo dropped points to Internacional away from home. And Palmeiras capitalized against Vitória. Now, 11 days later, Palmeiras is held by Internacional at home, and Flamengo capitalized and beat Vitória 2-0. So let's talk about these two games. Corinthians also got a win. Santos, Neymar was suspended due to the yellow card recrimination. They lose to Atlético Paranaense, 2 first-half goals, and it's not looking good because if you see the relegation battle, race is on. Santos is on relegation. Internacional got a point against Palmeiras, and now this means more trouble news for Neymar's team. It's not over yet, but it's not looking good, and it could happen, man. These guys have been doing bad. Internacional, to be fair for them, they've actually improved, honestly. Game results back-to-back against Flamengo, Palmeiras, Corinthians. It's not bad, man. After losing 3-1 in the first leg or something, these guys kind of got it, man. So yeah. So let's talk about this game. I didn't even watch this game, but I could tell you that this game was horrible. I watched the highlights. Palmeiras is the slightly better team, just not being capitalized, not being clinical. The team doesn't seem motivated. And something is telling me that Palmeiras is not, their players are not hungry anymore. This momentum, man, is pretty dead. And Palmeiras, man, since they're not taking those opportunities, they had the better XG, they had the better touches, better chances. A lot of shots were nowhere near on target. But yeah, man, this was a poor game from Palmeiras. Ronaldo Pereira, there's nothing interesting. Sorsa, Mauricio, they haven't done anything. And unfortunately, the reason why Carlos Miguel was good, Palmeiras' attack was crap, man. Internacional, you could argue was sparking the bus, but they did well defending. Could have also goal themselves, and they kept it really tight, and they actually deserved it, man. Thank goodness. I thought Palmeiras would have won because they always own Internacional, like all the time at home, man. And they've been owning their number pretty much. But now it seems like they're getting owned again and again. But yeah, Palmeiras, they're losing. Palmeiras, now it's back to reality, has caught up to them. And yeah, after winning 3-1 away from home in February, it's not looking good, man. It's not looking good for Palmeiras because, unfortunately, now this is a disadvantage. Now Flamengo is going to be motivated. Leandro Jardim has, we're going to get into that. And now this is not looking good for Palmeiras. Palmeiras, this run, if Palmeiras, if they don't capitalize any more games, I could see them potentially collapsing. We'll see. But Alder Ferreira, this football is just not great at the moment. And if Flamengo doesn't take those opportunities, then it might just be a crap Brazilian League season. Because it seems like no one wants this title, man. Feels like everyone is sick of it. Like Palmeiras, this isn't the team that was dominating like a few years ago when they had young Endrick, young Esteban. It's over. That era is gone. Palmeiras' last Brasileirão was in 2023, and they might not even win it. It might be Flamengo winning back-to-back. And I know Palmeiras, they did play against Fortaleza home and away, and they haven't gotten any rest. And Palmeiras, they could get tough because they could collapse because Palmeiras, they're expected to not rest. They play tomorrow as of recording this. They got, and even though they're at home, they got Fluminense with the Maracanã, who are also awful, tying 0-0. While tying Botafogo tying 0-0 at home. Such a poor game. Thank goodness I didn't watch long. And then they got to visit away in the second leg. If they don't have a big goalie, they could be in trouble. Who knows? They got Vasco, who might be forced to turn up. They don't want to get freaking relegated. They got Mirassol away, Botafogo away. This is going to get tough for Palmeiras because they got a lot of tough games starting tomorrow. This was probably the most winnable, and if the momentum could drain down, they could, man. Mirassol away, Botafogo, São Paulo before the international break. No, I mean, they also have Grêmio away, and yeah, it's not going to look easy, man. And then Palmeiras' fixtures, and even if they make the quarters, they might play Quito. And we'll see what happens. And if Palmeiras is also in the Copa do Brazil, they also have that match against Santos in the quarterfinals of the Cup. And they still got to visit them in the league, and it's not looking good. If they might be forced to visit, man. It's not looking good to be Palmeirense, man. If you're Palmeirense, should you be worried? I'd say, but these guys haven't looked convincing. They may turned up in the somewhat big games, kind of. Managed to capitalize. I'm surprised Corinthians did better than Flamengo against Palmeiras. And Corinthians were down 9 men. They didn't got a goal at home, but Palmeiras got 3 is a joke. But even though for Leandro Jardim, he has to capitalize. So we all know Flamengo, even though I haven't had time to do a preview of the Libertadores videos because I had other things. But Flamengo got a 2-0 win. They after getting knocked out of Copa do Brazil, their fans have to be motivated. And they won 2-0. We did a watch along on the main channel. So, Flamengo absolutely dominated. They had 6 shots on target. Torrielli had 1 chance in open play, and that was it, man. The first half, they did nothing. They were just parked the bus. They kept the result respectable. Even if they were expected to lose, they just kept it respectable. They were showing their hearts out. I know it was. Of course, they weren't going to be blown away 8-0. Yeah, I know. Victoria, Flamengo. Even though they did knock them out of the cup, man. So yeah. If I'm Flamengo, you have to capitalize. Like, listen, I know Flamengo's gonna try like maybe sign like a B alternate option. Looks like they're not gonna go out for Luis Enrique. We don't know how true they are. I haven't even had time to look at the report. But if Flamengo does not capitalize on Palmeiras, then this might just be the worst league. Because here's the thing for Flamengo, you're not playing Copa do Brazil. But I don't blame you, Flamengo. Leandro Jardim has a tough test himself too. Because look at their upcoming schedule. Both teams, complete Victoria, Internacional. It's hardest. Even though Flamengo had São Paulo, Palmeiras had Atlético Mineiro, as both of them away at their own homes as well. Flamengo doesn't have a much easier schedule either. The only disadvantage for Palmeiras is they're going to have to play in the cup. Flamengo doesn't. Flamengo has 3 straight games against Cruzeiro tomorrow. They have to, which we will be here for this live watch along, guys, for Flamengo versus Cruzeiro. So make sure you subscribe. I expect, unless Strasbourg Steve, shout out to him, does it, then I'll change my mind. But we'll see what happens. But we got them in 2 Libertadores, 2 legs in the round of 16. And they got them in the leagues. They got back-to-back away games in the league. They got Mirassol next. And Flamengo still has a game in hand, by the way. And even though they would still be behind 3 points, they would still be alive. But here's the thing. If Flamengo gets 3 points, they will get there. They will be there because Palmeiras might slip up, and who knows? They still got the game at the Allianz. And maybe Palmeiras will be finished. So Flamengo, they're going to have to win every single game against Cruzeiro, Mirassol, Botafogo, Remo. They got to host the Derby Clásico Nacional against Corinthians, which you could argue maybe Corinthians will open up just because they don't want to see Palmeiras. Maybe they'll up the Derby against Palmeiras and go full on. But yeah, Cruzeiro, Flamengo, they're gonna have to win the league. In Libertadores, you could draw them away, even though it's Arthur Jorge and then Cal Jardim team. It's gonna be really hard. Mateus Pereira, Fabrizio Bruno's waiting for them tomorrow. And if they don't fix up, man, listen, their season could be finished next week. Everything could go wrong. So can you even argue they could even rotate? Flamengo Cruzeiro are going back-to-back games between August 19th and August 22nd, man. And it's not even close. And Flamengo Cruzeiro will fight both Libertadores, and you're going to have to win away at Cruzeiro's stadium, which isn't going to be easy. You're going to have to go throughout the full 18, man. And then, Flamengo, even though there's also the quarterfinals, which takes place in early September, and then Flamengo will get a break. I don't know if the quarterfinals Copa do Brazil begins or something. But Flamengo will have Cruzeiro. They still have that game against Mirassol to be played. And I don't even know when is that even going to happen, man. But yeah, they're going to have to beat Cruzeiro at home and away in the Libertadores and in the league. Unless if Flamengo gets that important victory against Cruzeiro, they could play for a draw at Maracanã and go for the win back there. So they got back-to-back within 10 days. They're playing 3 times in the next 10 days, man. I don't know if I will be here for a watch-along for the third game. We'll see what happens. But that game at the Mineirão is going to matter a lot, man, because both Libertadores and League, it's not going to be easy. Tough position as Flamengo, Cruzeiro, the Foxes and Urubus no longer get along, man. If they don't fix up, man, and if they don't have by their signings done, if they're not getting Thiago Almada or what's his name, or Luis Enrique or anyone else, then they could be in trouble. So Jose Beto has to wake up, the sporting director, and their owners too. Flamengo has Botafogo in the derby. Oh shoot, they play on a Friday against Remo. I'm assuming this will be the quarterfinals, and who knows, they might play the semifinals against against Corinthians, and we'll see about that. But Palmeiras, they're on the fifth, but Flamengo, same thing. Both teams, like I said, both Flamengo and Palmeiras have to visit Santos away. But Flamengo has 2 more games against Cruzeiro, while Palmeiras have 2 more games against Santos because, they draw them in those 2 competitions, like I mentioned. But Palmeiras, they have to visit the Mineirão as well, Cruzeiro, and they drew 1-1. And it's not going to be easy, man. Palmeiras haven't looked convincing, I hate to say it. And they'll only have 1 game to turn up and another one they'll flop. And if Flamengo do not take those opportunities, then it will be such of a disappointment, man. Because you're a lot in Palmeiras and yeah, man. So Flamengo cannot afford dropping points. They got winnable games, Bragantino. But yeah, Santos, well, they're all winnable. Bahia is going to be tough. And this game is going to matter a lot. So yeah, they're going to have to win if they want to show why they want this Brazilian championship back-to-back and Libertadores, man. So yeah, man, I think Flamengo, it could be a draw. People are voting for Flamengo, but I think this game is 50-50. Oh yeah. Even though for some reason FODMAP didn't want to do the Libertadores bracket, this is I don't know, this is not meant to be today, man. Sorry about that because FODMAP really screwed up. But yeah, man, if Flamengo don't win this game, oh yeah, Estudiantes, they're winning 1-0. Not because they're winning the group stage, they're winning the round 16 game against Universidade Católica, who could have set up a derby against Boca, but Boca lost. And Cruzeiro finished second. Universidade Católica finished first. And yeah, crazy, man. But yeah, man. So Flamengo, if they want to win back-to-back championship Libertadores, they're going to have to get everything right. They're going to need to support Leandro Jardim and as well stay humble. If he really wants to win this back-to-back Brazilian championship, why? You want to be the Real Madrid of the Americas. Why? You deserve to be there. And I think Flamengo should be doing it. They have an amazing squad, man. Flamengo, they might have a full-strength squad. I forgot what was their squad list. But yeah, Palmeiras now has to visit away. And it was the exact opposite for Flamengo. They were at home. But now Palmeiras has to visit. But yeah, Arthur Jorge, he's not going away, man. And it's a derby. They also have the supporter shield. It looks like. But yeah, man, we will see what happens, man, because the second half is about to kick off, man. And let me try to pull this from Twitter for all of you guys. It's translated in English, man. I know second half kicks off. Information: Cruzeiro had protected screen removed away to welcome from the away sections. Flamengo to welcome Flamengo fans. Come on now, it's acting up. Oh, come on, I'm trying to have this. A giant altitude from a giant club. Pay respect like the Maracanã. Removing the screen, from these things. Because, the away fans are now they're going to remove the one from the Maracanã too. So, and we'll see what happens, man. But But yeah, Flamengo for Cruzeiro. These are the matches for the Libertadores. Flamengo is not expected to play in white because they'll keep the home kit just changing short, man. And this is going to be – but, yeah, for Leandro Jardim, he's going to have to survive. Big up Arturo as I'm recording this. Leandro Jardine is gonna have to survive because here's the thing: if he wants to stay humble, he has to beat his former team, creating the Fox Army. He has to defeat them because they want to speak to him and they want to fight him. So he has to do it. And yeah, Cruzeiro changes their kits, man. If he wants to really stay humble, he has to do it, man. And it's gonna be really hard, man. This is what Flamengo Cruzeiro kits, man. But yeah, back to back, man. And it's gonna be on TV Global. But yeah, this match will be broadcasted nationwide, but not for us. Just a reminder, Flamengo lost the Copa do Brazil final to Cruzeiro. In 2018, they knocked us out. No one dies. So only Cruzeiro has to pay this debt. And yeah, Cruzeiro Flamengo, the rivalry is building up, man. Arthur Jorge taking down Leandro's team. Staying humble. We all know the rivalry is there. And yeah, man. And Flamengo got very unlucky. They have to play Cruzeiro, and I was shocked. They have to go over there. And then the players know each other, but they expect to be really close. So, yeah, I think this will be it. We will see what happens. But anyways, I think that's all I got to say. Let's run the Brazilian Championship. Nice. I think that's all I got to say about the Brazilian Championship. Flamengo has to capitalize. But yeah. Where is it? I'm trying to do the Brazilian League. So yeah, there's still like 20 games. The championship ain't over yet. So yeah, for Flamengo, they are the biggest winners. Atletico Paranaense are also the biggest winners. And I forgot to point that out. Palmeiras got to visit Atletico Paranaense themselves, and that's going to be difficult. Flamengo should win that game. Who knows? Maybe Palmeiras slips up because they got a lot of big games, and it's not looking good for them. Even though Flamengo has to visit Vasco in the Derby, should have won that game. But yeah, man, these are all the results, man. 4 days away, yep. And now Streamer is acting up. But yeah, man, Vasco Santos, they're going to have to play well against Palmeiras if they really want to escape relegation, man. Maybe do a favor for Flamengo, vice versa as well. We will see what happens. And Flamengo is hoping that maybe the teams will roll down, but then turns up against Palmeiras. So, yeah, let's see. Let's see, man. We're going to keep updating you every day. I'll try to do my best. So, yeah, this is it, guys. This is Match Day 22 review. And that's it, guys. We are over and out. So, yeah, guys, smash up the likes if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe for more Brazilian content. And you know what to do. I'll catch you there. All right, guys. I ended the video recording. This was just a video recording. I'll be So, yeah, Arturo, I'm not in this stream. You said I'll be covering La Liga season long. We will do. So, this amount of La Liga best defender every week. Okay, you're doing a review, something like that, like me, Brazilian League. All right, man. But, yeah, back to the second half. Columbus Crew and Pumas has officially tied 53 minutes in. Interesting, man. And yeah, as of right now, before we go to the São Paulo game, I guess we can go to